your big guys, big stars scored, you had your bench scoring, it was a complete effort from all these guys. What pleased you most about what they were able to do today?
I'm sorry.
What pleased you? I mean, between the starters, the bench.
We beat a very good basketball team. I thought they played very, very well. I mean, what I told the team was Toronto shot 49% from the field, 54 from the three-point line, 83 from the free throw line. Out-rebounded is 41-34 and lost the game. Because we did a couple things really well. We took care of the ball. We had 6 turnovers. In the first 2 games against these guys, we had 35 turnovers. So we had 6 turnovers, which was a point of emphasis, and they did it. And we got to the free throw line and made them. We shot 89% from the free throw line. And the bench, Mirza and Dre in particular were really good. Marshawn was really good, particularly offensively. CJ gave us good minutes again. And then, you know, the big three, obviously we ended up playing Joe and Deron more minutes than we wanted to, but I thought we had to win the game. We had a chance, I thought, to put it away, and we made a couple of defensive mistakes and got Kyle Lowry going, and then after that it was, you know, they're shooting free and loose, and we certainly didn't close the game the way we wanted to. But like you said, when you look at the three big guys all had 20. Brook, you know, in pretty limited minutes, also got 9 boards and 2 block shots. Mirza's floor game is good. I'm not being critical of our stat crew, but he had 3 assists. He had, I thought, 4 or 5 assists, and they were good assists. Created, found a guy in the opposite corner, and he created a couple of frees for us. But again, these guys are playing well. Eddie and Amir was a tough matchup for us. Kyle obviously got it going, and they got dinged up. Jose got hurt. I mean, I thought it was a good basketball game. I would like for us to have defended a lot better, but that's not being fair to them. They executed, they made shots, they ran their stuff very well. You know, they executed the pick and rolls, they put us in some tough situations, and I thought they played. It was more them playing well than us not. We were always yelling that we can defend better, we can do this better. I think the reality of it was these guys came in here playing well and played well again. So we were, you know, it was good for us to get a win tonight in the circumstances.
EJ, considering a little bit of a sloppy start, what adjustments did the big guys make, and did you make with the rotation with the bigs to put away the second half?
Well, again, I'm really struggling. We're a major concern, Ben, going forward is going to be managing the minutes of the 5 guys. Hump, just for whatever reason, got off to a bad start. Brook got off to a bad start. He couldn't put the ball in the basket. He had good looks early. One of our points of emphasis was to get the ball inside, and we got, I think at the first time out, we were 3 for 8 or something like that, and most of the shot in the paint. So we didn't start out well because we didn't finish inside. Later on, Brook just got going. He didn't do anything. He just started making shots. Hump struggled when he got in, and Mirza, again, to get the 5th guy in is difficult. We were hurting at the time. We put Mirza in, and he played well, and because of that, we extended his minutes. So I'm sure we got a couple other guys that are not happy that they didn't get the kind of minutes they wanted. But that's going to be a problem for us, and how we handle that is going to be a problem also, because guys are going to get big minutes one night and not get them the other night, and they're not going to understand, or you know. But we have to deal with it. So that will certainly be a concern going forward.
You guys talked.
I'm sorry.
You talked about the defense and throughout the game not being where you wanted. I mean, you guys obviously struggled at times to shoot the ball, especially in the first, second quarter. Is it a sign of a good team to be able to come through a game like that and get a win against a team that's been hot?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, again, half empty, half full. We gave up 106 points, and every one of the percentage numbers is awesome. So man, we didn't defend very well, but we found a way to win. We had 2 really big spurts when we needed them. At the end of it, we did a good job closing the first half. We had that spurt that broke the game open in the second half. But you know, we told them a lot of that was our individuals making shots. I mean, we had some guys make some tough shots against pretty good defense, so we won because of that. But if we don't defend as well as we think we can, then you sit there holding, you know, and saying, well, thank God our guys made shots, so we wouldn't have won the game. You know, we could have just as easily lost it if we didn't have a lot of individuals play well offensively. Freddie?
DJ, early on, when the offense was struggling, Bogus, there was a couple things he did. He took a charge, he stopped the break, and he was on DeRozan. Just talk about what he did early.
Well, first of all, he defended very well right from the beginning, and his minutes, I played him more minutes than I wanted him again. In the perfect world, we wanted to limit. We ended up limiting Stack's minutes. We actually limited Brooks pretty well. who did a horrible job with Joe and Deron. But Bogues gave us really big minutes, really good minutes early. I mean, I think I left him in almost the entire first quarter, but I mean, he played big minutes and it was solid, and it was like you were saying, it was more floor game. I don't even know what his stats were, but he just did 3 for 5. I mean, his stats are good: 3 for 5, 3 assists, 3 steals, and at least 1 charge. I mean, he played a very solid basketball game, more the floor game, more, you know, exactly what we need when the other guys are going good. But it was even important when we weren't making shots because it kept the thing from getting out of hand.
BJ, your team is 29th in pace and normally pretty slow, but you guys got, I think, 18 fast break points tonight. You guys seem to be pushing the break a lot more. Is that a point of emphasis? Or
Yeah, it is. I would think, I don't know, I try and look at a lot of numbers. I would think our pace has picked up recently in the last 10 games or so. Maybe I'm wrong. It seems to me we're getting more in phase. Like Patrick said at halftime, we call it phase 1, like just the initial push. We had like 20-some points in phase 1 in the first half. And again, we want to do that anyhow, but tonight we thought it was important to get it ahead to Joe. Like some of the plays weren't like, you know, fast break like they ran on us at the end. We threw it, boom, the guy got a dunk. But we threw it ahead sometimes, and Joe was able to go one-on-one against his man. So like we consider that phase. We just got the ball up the court, and that was as good as any offense we were running. Joe had the ball, one guy playing him, and he was able to, you know, go in and overpower the guy. Or Deron did the same thing a couple times. So that pace is important for us. I don't want to run up and down and shoot it quickly every time, but we need to get the easy baskets. We need to get our bigs running. We had Brook one time tonight. I think we had Andre one. I still think we can do that more. Gerald's also one of our best runners, so we missed that. Gerald fills the wing and really gets out. It's something we wish Marshawn would do better because it fits the way he plays. We'd love to throw the ball ahead to him if he'd just run a little bit more. He's another guy we'd like to throw the ball ahead to and let him play in the open floor, but we haven't been able to get him to run as much as we'd like him to.
PJ, you've been a basketball coach for a long time. Is Deron the best point guard you've ever coached?
I mean, Deron's great. I think he's an excellent player, but you know, I had a kid, Joe Bacigalup, in Italy in 1973 in the summer that, you know, I thought, but you know, maybe.
Thank you, everyone.
Deron, I think only the second game that you, Joe, and Brook all scored 20 or more points. You got guys coming off the bench contributing so much. What did you see out of the offense and just how fluid you felt like things were out there tonight?
Yeah, the offense was working good tonight. You know, that definitely wasn't the problem. You know, we had a lot of good things happening out there. A lot of good ball movement. You know, a lot of extra passes being made. It was just a good flow to the game. We had a lot of transition buckets, a lot of easy baskets. So, you know, that was definitely working. And like you said, we had, you know, guys coming off the bench contributing. We had CJ and Mirza that came off the bench today and you know, played a huge role.
You mentioned Mirza. It seemed like he kind of turned things around in the second quarter. What development have you seen out of him and just the more comfort he gets, the more minutes he has?
Yeah, I think he stayed patient. You know, it's tough. He was in a tough position, you know, at the beginning of the season where he wasn't getting much playing time and, you know, thrown out there for a couple minutes and having to produce. I think that's tough for anybody to do. So now he's getting a little more minutes, a little steadier minutes, and you can see kind of what he can bring to this team, and he can be a huge part of this team, and we need him. All right, guys.
You kind of
Hey, man, if I get longer than a 6-second pause, it's over.
you kind of feel like right now PJ can kind of put any 5 guys out there, and the combination's going to work. That everybody kind of has it going a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, our confidence is high right now, you know, definitely as a group. And you know, when you're winning, when you're having fun, you know, I think everybody picks their game up a little bit and feels like they have to, you know, if they want to join in, if they want to, you know, don't want to be left out. So, you know, we've had a lot of different lineups, and it seems like, you know, if guys are just ready to play, you know, it'll work.
What adjustments did you see the big guys in particular make after the slow start?
I think they just stayed aggressive. You know, we missed a lot of easy shots in that first half. A lot of shots around the basket. You know, I can't remember what percentage, but PJ told us what we were, you know, inside, and it wasn't good. And so, you know, I think they just stayed positive, hung in there, and kept battling.
You think you guys are most successful when you play at that kind of pace, a little faster than you guys have played so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to get out and run more, and I think we've done that the last, you know, in this win streak, you know, and it's made us successful. You know, I think it gets us going a little bit more. But the key to that really is getting stops. You know, when we get stops, we can get out and run more. So that's the key.
You guys just had 6 turnovers tonight after turning it over 35 times the first 2 times you guys met. How big was that?
That was a big key for us tonight. We talked about it before the game. PJ, talked about it. We needed to, win the turnover battle because they're a low turnover team, and the 2 times we played against them, we struggled in that area. So we definitely did a better job of taking care of the ball tonight, and that translates.
Even with the offensive success you guys had, especially like you mentioned, the first half you did have some struggles, and obviously Toronto shot the ball pretty well.
Yeah, they shot the ball. They shot the ball well. And so I mean, this is a good team.
That's what I mean. It's not a good team.
Their record doesn't indicate how good they are. They had a lot of guys hurt all year, and they still do. And they've had a lot of different lineups. So we know a little bit about that. What that's like. And so we've got a little bit more consistency lately, and they're playing better. So this is a good basketball team.
Is it a sign of where you guys are trying to get to, though, that you're able to come through a game like this, or didn't necessarily play?
Yeah, I mean, we just hang in there, we battle. Like I said, they shot really well. Our defense wasn't, where we'd like it to be. But we just hung in there, we battled, fought, and we got to win. A win is a win.
Is the leg better on? You mentioned the other day that playing a lot of minutes is okay with the leg. Is it the same thing? Like that, or?
Yeah, it was good. Second half was good. I think the thing is for tomorrow. That's going to be the tell.
Darren, speaking of tomorrow, Atlanta's been struggling lately, and they scored some 50 points against Chicago the other night. How dangerous does that make it?
It makes it very dangerous. Anytime you have a bad loss like that, the next game you're gonna come out ready to play. So we have to be ready to go. It's a big game for us. We're on this streak, and we want to keep it alive. And this is another good playoff basketball team.
You guys are moving the ball very well. You even had that behind-the-back pass to Andre. Does that really reflect the kind of chemistry that's built up within this team?
Yeah, the chemistry is a lot better. Our confidence, with each other is a lot better. And that's just one of the plays that kind of illustrates that.
Thank you, Darren.
All right, guys.
Second game that you, Deron, and Brook have all scored 20 or more points. What do you have to say just about the way the ball has been moving here this evening and just overall in this past month?
It's been, fun to watch, and it's been fun to be a part of too. When the ball's moving like that, we're sharing it and got the defense off balance. It's fun playing like that.
You could. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say you could tell, by the way the bench is, whether it's the second unit guys in or you guys on the bench. How much have you gotten from what those guys have put in? You got Mirza and Marshawn and Andre, and just what they've contributed.
It means a lot when they're playing at a high level like that. The coach doesn't have to, put me and Darren in right away. I love to know that I've been a spectator and watching Marshawn dance the way he be dancing. Andre Blatch out there, great post move. Mirza shooting the ball as well as he's shooting it right now. That's fun to watch. So I love to see those guys out there having success.
You kind of feel like you could put any 5 guys out there right now and they're producing so many combinations?
Yeah, because we're just kind of, feeding off each other, man. We're in a nice rhythm right now. And hopefully we can keep it this way. So, it's like I said, it's a lot of fun to watch, and I'm sure, guys are having a great time in this locker room.
Joe, you guys are 15-0 against teams under 500. What does it say about this team that you guys are taking care of business?
Man, I don't think none of us as players pay attention to that statistic, but it just shows that we still focus in on the teams that that people think that we should be. We still we don't take it for granted, and we come out just work as hard as we can.
Thank you, Joe.
Looks, that translates to easy shots.
It was a bit of a struggle in the first quarter and the beginning of the second, but it seemed like things really started to turn around. What was the difference? I mean, not just guys like Mirza coming in and hitting shots, but just overall, what do you think changed?
I mean, that's kind of been the story for us these past few games, in the second half, and that's really where we bring the energy, and I'm definitely at fault at the beginning of games having a lack of energy, and it's something I need to look into and figure out a way to bring it from the beginning.
Brooke, you guys are 15-0 against teams with a record below 500. What is it about taking care of business against those type of teams that you guys have been able to do so well?
We want to be one of the elite teams. We got to win the easy ones, win the ones we're supposed to win, and so we know we got to come in and take care of business because, if you let them stay in it for too long, things get scary and you never know what can happen.
We continue to ask you, I feel like, about the confidence of this team over this last stretch, but not just confidence. How much fun do you feel like you guys are having out there, and just what continues to build with the attitude inside this locker room?
Yeah, it's been great. And personally, I haven't really been able to experience something like this in the league yet, so it's new for me. But I love this feeling. There's great camaraderie on this team. We all have each other's backs, and we're having a good time out there.
Thank you.